What is up, guys? Logan here today. I want to get right into this video, but I want to thank you guys for all the support right off the bat. Don't forget to join the Discord. It has been absolutely crazy this week. Yesterday we played Home Depot and Apple. I did not miss a single call this week. That's super rare. So that just shows you, like, I feel like I'm progressing so much. One of the ladies in the Discord made 19 grand off Tesla this week. Absolutely insane, right? So make sure you get in there, and I really want to hop into this one. We got the Robinhood link below, the Discord link, and then I also dropped a new song with B Keys, super amazing artist. So if you guys want to go check that out, the link will be in the description below as well. And let's get right into this video because I'm excited to talk about the trades this week with Square. I want to hop into like support and resistance a little bit, talk about EMAs and VWAP strategy for day trading, swing trading, because we're out here day trading options on Robinhood, and trading options on Robinhood has been an absolute blessing over the last 4 months. So let's get right into it. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. It helps so much with the YouTube algorithm. We're also almost at 900 subs, and I'm so pumped that we're almost at 1,000. Never thought this would happen, but you guys have been amazing, and I'm so happy I get to teach you guys what I know. So on August 19th, we grabbed Square for $350 on a $150 call, and then the next morning, we end up selling that for, right here, as you guys can see, within 30 minutes of the market opening for $625, which is one of the craziest returns I've ever gotten on an options trade in 30 minutes. We bought it at close. We could have got it a little cheaper if we waited like 5 minutes, but I know it always gets scary when you try to buy at the end of the market, you know, to get like your price filled. So I wanted to make sure we could swing this. It opened big, and it was a huge return. Let me go to the screenshot I took. But yeah, so we sold it at $625, and I was completely blown away, and it's one of the best trades we've ever had. I called this one out in the Discord. A couple of you swung it with me and had a crazy return. Sadly, it was almost too late to hop in that morning because the premium was already up like 30%. But you still could have hopped in and made some money. But I just want to chat about that real quick, and I want to show you guys a screenshot. Yeah, so here it is. This was the return in the morning. It was 137% on that day, and that was just within 7 minutes of the market opening, and it was up 63% total. So I ended up cashing out at $625. So as you can see right here, you know, it was $573 when I took the screen recording. So we squeezed even more money out of it, and I walked away with $275. Literally within minutes. So that's one of my better trades for the week. We also did really well on Apple on Friday, where we took in roughly $200 on that trade. I can show you guys the chart and show you where I hopped in and the deltas and everything like that, but we got a 25% return on Apple right here. Put my limit in, got rid of it. I paid a little too much on the cost. I could have got it for $750 because it dropped 50 bucks after I bought in. So it could have been a little better, but I was really happy with this play too. But now I want to get into talking to you guys on why I made these plays, watching charts, and a little bit more technical analysis on how I was able to make these plays and do really well on them. So I think everybody can agree that Apple and Tesla were the two stocks of the week to have your eyes on. Here's Apple right here. I want to show you guys the chart, where I entered, and why what happened. So if we look at Apple, I had all my funds locked up in SPY until about 10:55. So what I ended up doing here was grabbing a SPY call, or not a SPY call, sorry, grabbing an Apple call right here around 11:05. It took a little dive. At 11:10, I saw that little flat piece, and when I was looking at my trading charts, it seemed to be like the consolidation level. And when you can't see the rest of the graph, you think, okay, it's finding its consolidation range. I like to hop in when stocks start to consolidate so that we can break out, but it's also a little riskier because it can break through and break down, which it did. It fell about another $1 from my entry spot. And with such a high premium price, it can be a little crazy. And then it rose up again. I didn't sell here when I was up, and then it proceeded to fall again and dipped more. And as I knew, when power hour comes around, we were gonna see an uptick in volume. That's when we end up selling it, was 305. So we hopped out of that call, made the 200, and this was kind of the Robinhood chart that I was watching live, and then also my trading view chart too, which I like to use, but I'm now downloading Thinkorswim to get a feel for. I can mess with my MACDs, my RSIs, but I really just focus on the VWAP, the 180-day moving average, and I like to play stocks around earnings. So I thought Apple was really good. The volume was huge on it this morning, or the morning, like Friday morning. And then I want to talk about SPY too, and the reason I'm not holding that Apple call over the weekend is because of how much SPY is extended and weighted by Apple. If you look at all the other stocks, like IWM, which also, you know, the smaller cap stocks, stuff like that, all those funds, they actually decreased this week, and SPY still grew, and it's around this range to where tech and home builders are the only things holding SPY up right now. So I think we're gonna see a pullback this week of the Qs, and we'll also see a pullback of SPY this week. So keep your eyes out for that, because the jobless claims that came out kind of put a little bit of fear into the market. And then also we had Powell come out and talk about, you know, inflation and everything like that. Bonds, you know, bonds are as high as they've ever been. So it's really crazy to kind of see that play out and SPY still be this strong. We made a couple plays on SPY. We would have had over $1,000 profit this week, but I did take a huge loss on SPY, losing over like $350 on my SPY trade this week. As you guys can see right here, I played it really big. This was a really risky play. I've traded SPY a ton this week because I have my unlimited day trades into like a 340 call. And that one I had to sell at a loss. I wanted to swing it. I thought we were looking good. And then we also had that market crash. So it hit my stop loss in the morning. I hopped out, and then I could move those funds around and mess with Apple. So that was really cool to see, actually, like to be able to sell my SPY as it rose here. It rose, and then right before we entered Apple, I was able to hop out, and it rose a little at the end of the day, but it wasn't enough. Like I made more off Apple, so like the opportunity cost there was a lot bigger if I would have stayed in my SPY position. I'm getting a lot of questions in the Discord too, how I pick the stocks that I do for my weekly watch list, and why this week I didn't miss on any of my plays, because we went with, you know, Target was on my watch list. We missed that play, but those contracts were up like 800 to 1,000%. It was an earnings play if we took it, but I decided not to. I honestly thought their earnings were the next day. Same thing happened to me with Square. And then we're gonna talk about Square too, and why I entered a position this week, notably on the 19th, and swung it into the 20th. So this is an earnings continuation play that I made here. This is where they had a big pop and have been able to consolidate nicely and still move. And I saw them consolidate, which they normally do. I saw them consolidate for 2 days, and that's when I knew we had to enter Square, because after that consolidation, with how strong they were, and 154 being their all-time high, I assumed they would continue, just like almost every other stock has. And the way that the charts lined up and everything looked really good to me. They did that same thing back here in July, to where they consolidated, then took back off from 120 to 128. So when they had their earnings pump, and then came back down, I saw when they were in this range that it was a great time to enter, because I like to enter during consolidation. So when I saw that, I was able to hop in. We swung Square, made a lot of money. We hopped out after we saw the Square hit 158, I think on the 20th at the highest, or yeah, something, whatever was recorded that morning. I know Robinhood's a little different, but we'll see. Whatever it was, and we sold it for. So that was why I played Square this week and watched them, was for earnings continuation play. So I want to be transparent with that. Also, I played Home Depot. So if we go to Home Depot, and we all made money on Friday if you played Home Depot, and we swung it from the day before. The reason I swung this too, for you guys in the Discord, I also re-entered Home Depot this day too. The reason we swung it was because there's a lot of people in the Discord who don't have day trades to use. So I wanted to give you guys a play that I thought looked very strong. Home Depot had spent the week consolidating and falling a little bit each day. So we said, why not swing into it? And then as it really started to rise at the end of the day, because Home Builders is strong, Nail, Lowe's, you know, all those funds were really strong. So I saw this, you know, where it's consolidating. If we look right here, and I figured, hey, why don't we enter a swing on, you know, the 20th into the 21st? And that's what we did. So we got in low. We ended up selling high here too. And this Home Depot profit was awesome. We bought 2 contracts, one for $315, one for $277, and then sold those for $700. So we made a quick 108 or 118 or something like that. I'd have to redo the math, but something like that on our Home Depot calls. So that worked out perfect for us in the Discord. Some of you guys played it bigger, some of you guys played it smaller. totally fine. Just for having small positions with low risk management, we played it till next Friday, so we didn't have to worry about expiration. Because you know, we're doing a swing, we're doing a quick swing. We don't want to swing into the expiration day because that would just be bad. Our Home Depot call, and then my other call out for the week that I kind of liked was Docu, but I didn't make an entry. And then also Facebook, and Facebook broke out this week. Facebook's been consolidating. So if we hop to them, we can talk about that too. They had a little sell-off at the end of the day, but nonetheless, look at this consolidation range. And then boom, they broke out on the 20th. So I was in Facebook this whole time holding it, not making any money. I think I sold on the 18th, and then the 19th consolidated, and then it broke out. But we were playing square that day anyway, so I'm not really upset or anything about that. It just is how it lays. But I also saw this as a consolidation. You know, when you can't see that part of the graph, you see, okay, they've been going pretty solid. I think they're gonna break out again, earnings continuation. I wanna get into Facebook leaps, like a $300 call for October, or I guess that's not even a leap really, because it's August. So maybe a November one. We go really far out and try to get a Facebook for 300 or buy in the money. And if we look at those contracts right now, if we go all the way to November 20th, how much would this cost me? Okay, they seem to be. So 300 call would be about $1,000 to hop into. The premiums would be better, or the deltas would be better if I played it closer into the money. That's a 52 delta, and the 300 call delta is 31. So it would be a lot better to play closer into the money. So I may end up doing that. It's a little more expensive. Maybe I go with the 280 call for November and we just let something ride, because all of tech's exploded and Facebook's kind of lagged a little bit behind, but I'm still really proud of Facebook and think it's a great move. So we're gonna look into getting into that. If we would've gotten to the Apple call I made about a month ago in the Discord, put 1,000 in Apple, right now it'd be 8 grand on a call. It would be the 420 call for September. And who knew if Apple was gonna do this though? It's really crazy to see. But that's kind of my Facebook. And that was how I made my plays for the week. I saw the consolidation and I wanted to play the earnings continuation trends. This week I'm looking at AMD. And I'll come out with my full updated list on Sunday for my watch list. So I just want to give you guys a rundown on that too, and now we can talk even more about charting. So I pretty much focus on EMAs, like I said, support and resistance, and then if we look at VWAP, that's the other thing that is a big indicator of how I trade. So being able to use Thinkorswim or TradingView, the volume weighted average price is what VWAP means, and it's used by traders that gives the average price of a security has traded at throughout the day based on volume and the price. It's important because it provides traders with insight into both the trend and the value. So with VWAPs, what you'll see a lot of the time, especially with Tesla, and I would love to show you guys that chart if I had it up live, but Tesla hit a dip. This isn't Tesla, this is just a chart. But yes, the VWAP will show, so like here's a different one. Right here, it'll kind of show you the average price that based on how much the stock's being traded on the chart and just how the moving average looks. And this is really what determines a lot of day trades. And this is how you could tell, you know, like Tesla had a green candle on their one. So imagine this is like Tesla right here without the red because it doesn't go down. No, I'm just kidding. So a lot of times you'll see a green candle mount really well right on the VWAP line, and then you can see a trend to start to break out. And you could also, if you want to, like let's say you see a candle break through the VWAP line, a lot of people see that and try to hop in, but the reason I never hop in on a downtrend is you'll never see it in the Discord. It's just too much risk. You'll always see me hopping in right around here, which is a consolidation line along the VWAP. And even though this is such a random chart to look at, I'll show you guys back here. See how it's consolidating and then we're able to break up, but also you could have a consolidation and it breaks down on the VWAP. So I like to enter there. It's like the medium risk option, but the high risk option of course is if you were to enter right here on the red bars, you know, when we get red candles shooting it down. And then the best time to enter is right here when you see like green candles starting to mount and work their way up. So probably within like the third bar is a great spot where a lot of people enter because they see an uptrend. What you can do is you'll see it mount, but then it'll continue to consolidate. So I like to choose the consolidation time whenever I make a trade, and that helped us a lot on Apple this week. That's the one that helped us on Home Depot. and especially Square. Square played a big deal with that. And I know I already talked about my explanation for it a second ago, but that is another way, that's a great way to read these charts. And once you guys get the VWAP charts down for your technical analysis, that's when your trading becomes so next level, because now you feel like you're more in control. And I don't win every time. You know, I still feel FOMO when things are consolidating. And let's say like look at the chart right now I'm looking at where it's consolidating. You're like, I don't know if I enter, what if it goes down? And then it breaks out, right? But you didn't know that, but you could still prepare for it a lot better than if you didn't have your VWAP line to watch. So that's one thing I like to use in technical analysis trading. And I really hope that helps you guys out. I wanna hop into like the MACD and RSI in a future video, but I don't really use that as much. It's a little harder for me. I just like to visualize it with the VWAP, the moving averages. Netflix was already so extended and so strong that I was like, well, let's wait and see what happens. Maybe SPY reverses, and Netflix bounced off of it, so it did the opposite of what I expected. So think about this as kind of like a tracer in the sand to kind of follow. You know, it's not gonna be exactly right all the time, but it is really nice and it will improve your trading, I think, if you follow it, if you at least watch it and know what it means, so that you can look at charts on Thinkorswim or TradingView or whatever and then make some really good plays. So that's what helped me this week to not miss a single trade on my call outs. Of course, I lost a little bit because I didn't call everything out depending on how much risk I was taking. I don't call out all my plays, I call out like 80% of them, but there's a couple when I'm like throwing a lot of money into something that I wanna not confuse people and just take my risk. That's gonna be it for this video, so I hope it really helped you guys. We had a great week trading. We made over $50,000 in the Discord just yesterday alone. So if you made it this far, thank you. Don't forget to go check out my new song. It's on all streaming platforms. And don't forget to leave a sub and a like on this video. It helps for the YouTube algorithm greatly, like I stated earlier. So I'm really excited, and I really want to thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to join the Discord. The support's crazy. We're almost at 900 subs, and the Discord's almost at 500 members. So make sure you get in there. I'm really excited. That's gonna be it for me, but I will see you guys in the Discord, and I will see you guys in the next video, so take care.